दीप्ति जी धन्यवाद, आपकी आभा चारों ओर जाते हैं. Today we have before us a living embodiment of Shakti, India's first and only women commando trainer who dedicated 25 years of her life training over 20,000 commandos. And that too, from special forces to anti-terror squads. And this statement doesn't end here. Special part of this is without taking a single penny. As a selfless service, a big round of applause for our special guest today. Her knowledge travels borders. Her books are preserved in the libraries of FBI, Interpol, and Buckingham Palace. Her mind has been shaped at prestigious universities like Harvard and Stanford. Her voice has inspired millions and millions over 10 series of TEDx talks. Honored by Forbes, BBC, Femina, India Today, and list is endless. And who also received a nation's highest honor for women, the Nari Shakti Award, conferred by President of India, along with World Peace Award. A commando in trainer, a scholar, a filmmaker, a leader, and an icon of fearless womanhood. Let's put your hand together for this Wonder Woman of India, Dr. Seema Rao. I would like to request you to address all of us and motivate and inspire the gathering. Thank you.
Respectable Madam, Sir, all the guests on stage and the audience, let me say one thing first. I am extremely pleased to be here this morning to celebrate womanhood. We talk about Nari Shakti, and I very much believe in Nari Shakti. I am India's first and only woman training the commandos. And I have trained the commandos from different forces like the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Special Forces. The list is endless. I spent 25 years of my life traveling to all kinds of locations like dense jungles, ice-clad mountains, steep valleys, scorching hot deserts. And I have done my work and come back. I have not charged for this work. It's been without monetary compensation for the past 25 years. This is my way. This is my way of contributing back to the country. I have come here to talk to you because my life has been full of strife, but full of glory as well. But I would like to just, in whatever little bit of time I have with you all, I'd like to share the few things that I have learned over the past 56 years of my life. One, it's a commando statement: impossible is nothing. What I want to tell you here is, when we say impossible is nothing, there are a lot of us who feel this particular thing I cannot do. It's impossible, I just cannot do it. Well, the truth is, if somebody else has done it, so can you. But when you think it's impossible, you have to try to understand the process of being able to do it. So this is extremely important. When you believe in impossibility, in honor of my mother-in-law, whose death anniversary was yesterday, I would like to talk to you about her. You know, everyone in all houses, you have these Saas-Bahu problems. So in my house too, we had these problems, arguments, fights, etc. That a woman should be in the house, take care of her kids, have a family, and that's it. But at that time, I believed a little different. I said, fine, I understand that I have to take care of my family, have children, do all that, take care of my in-laws. But I also have a life of my own where I want to explore the possibilities of a career, work, etc. So we had these differences between us, and finally one day she said, get out of the house. She told me and my husband, so we get out of the house. We got out. Then years later, we again patched up. We started living together. My father-in-law had expired, so we started living under the same roof. We got close. Now, there was this one particular time when she had heart disease, so she had cardiac failure. She had a heart attack followed by cardiac failure. So she was very breathless. She was in a bad condition. At that time, there was a training assignment that we had. So either my husband could go or I could go. And someone had to take care of my mother-in-law because she was in very bad shape. So my husband is incidentally Honorary Major Deepak Rao. He is one of the 5 Indians to receive the President rank honor, along with MS Dhoni, Abhinav Bindra, Kapil Dev, Sachin Tendulkar, Mohanlal, etc. So we very much have been partners in this work for the country. So at that time, he wanted to go for this assignment, and I knew that. And that meant a lot to him. So I told him, you go, I will take care of my mother-in-law. I would sit by her side at night, nurse her, take care of her. And we got very, very close. I could understand her pain. I could understand her discomfort. And this makes me emotional, but I'm going to tell you that before she died, she said, if there is another life, I would want you to be born as my daughter. So I think in that one moment, we were not mother-in-law and daughter-in-law at all. We were 2 women who had understood each other's life, and we had still come close together because that was the moment when she had also realized what I was living for, and I also realized what her life was. Talking about the third thing for women, criticism. We all face criticism, but how do we handle it? There are 2 types of people we meet. One is our well-wishers, and the second type are people who may not like us. When a well-wisher criticizes you, your attitude is different compared to what your attitude should be if somebody who doesn't like you criticizes you. So if someone who doesn't like you criticizes you, you may decide to retort in whatever way you feel possible. But if a well-wisher criticizes you, 1, do not drop your confidence. If a well-wisher criticizes you, it's only one particular quality that he is criticizing, he or she. So you must identify that. You must think, is it true that this is a trait or a quality that I do not have? Is it true that this is something that I don't do right? Is it true that this is a quality that I need to drop from my personality? Once you realize there is some truth in that, you must learn to change that. And believe me, when you change that, you must work painstakingly hard to change that quality, get it out of you for the rest of your life. And that's when you have to be very hard on yourself. You cannot forgive yourself where it comes to that trait. If there is a trait that you have to acquire, similarly, same way, work very hard at it so that it becomes a part of you. In the forces, my husband and I came up with a method of shooting which is called the Rao reflex shooting method. Some of the forces found it useful and took it up. But in the beginning, when I used to pick up a weapon, I was a very bad shot in the sense I would just not get the bullet on the target. It would go right, left, everywhere. So I worked on it. And then I grew good at it. So again, what I want to tell you here is that whatever it is that you have, if you work at it, you will get better at it. Another incident that I want to talk about is I started my journey by learning martial arts because I thought that I was very weak and I wanted to be strong. So I learned boxing, wrestling, a lot of things, and eventually I came across Bruce Lee's art of Jeet Kune Do. I went online and I decided to learn from Sifu Richard Bustillo, who was at that time one of the main people in Jeet Kune Do. So I wrote to him, I said, I would like to come to your country. He said, fine, you can do that. So I went to apply for my visa. I took all my documents. Everything was in place. I went for my visa interview. The officer who was sitting behind the counter, he checked my papers. He said, everything is fine. And then he says, lady, give me 5 reasons why you won't leave your country and come and settle down in mine. Now that was a very insulting statement. Maybe it's part of their protocols that they question you and counter-question you. But for me, that was hurting my patriotic sentiments. So I looked at him straight in the eye and I said, you give me 1 reason why I should leave my country and come and settle in yours. So obviously the visa was denied. But I did not lose hope. I wrote to him and I said, look, this is what's happened, and there's nothing I can do about it. He was very apologetic. And he said, don't worry, I will come to your country and I will train you. He came here, he was here for about 2-3 months. And today I am one of the few senior instructors, very, very few senior instructors in the world in Bruce Lee's art of Jeet Kune Do. So I want to specify here a certain principle, that we always have to have principle over gain. In that visa interview that happened, what he said hurt my principle that I am patriotic, that I wish to go to your country, but I'm going to come back to mine. So the principle, and what is the gain? The gain was getting the visa, accepted. But over here, I choose principle over gain. When you choose principle over gain, you are a very satisfied and proud individual. You have no doubts about what you want and what you don't want. And what you want and what you believe in, nobody can shake you if you're convinced about that. So everyone over here, all of you here, need to develop a life where you have principle. Follow that principle till the end of your life. Don't waver here, don't go there. Whatever it is that suits you, whatever it is that you think right, follow that principle till the end. The last thing I would like to tell you, which is for all the women over here, bone mass reduces after the age of 35, which is being very young, and your bone mass is already falling, which means fractures, which means hip fractures, which means all of this. In my circle of friends, there must have been already, circle of friends, say about 10 friends, somebody's grandmother, somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's, mother-in-law, with hip fractures, which is such a common thing that is happening in our world. Now, seeing this pattern, I realized that I have to do something about this. It's a threat that we all women face. So, very simple. Of course, for me, apart from the combat that I do, every day, I live on the 3rd floor. So every day when I reach my building, I want to go to the lift. But no matter how tired I am and exhausted I am, I take the stairs and I go up. Wherever it is, I go to the lift, I turn around and say, if I go by the lift, it's the easy way out. I want to be surviving till I live. So if I have to survive, I have to do this. That's why I said that you need to go hard on yourself. You don't need to go easy on yourself. What has to be done, has to be done. There is no questions about that. So the first thing, take the stairs wherever you can. If you walk regularly, it's very good. A 20-minute walk or a half-an-hour walk is very good. The third thing, increase your calcium intake, which means 1 glass of milk, 1 curd bowl in a day is good calcium, apart from what you eat. And lastly, sunlight is vitamin D. Calcium and vitamin D both are required to get assimilated into your bone. So that's why you must take some sunlight on your open skin. So if you have a balcony where you get sunlight, go out there, sit in a pair of shorts, a sleeveless top, take as much sun as you can. If you do this, then you will be fairly healthy for the rest of your life. There's nothing more I want to say, but I'm really happy to see so much of woman power here in this room. No offense meant to the men here. Okay, this is Dr. Seema Rao signing out. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am. In fact, going back home, first thing I'm going to do is scratch the word impossible from my dictionary. And I'm sure many of you will be doing the same. And word itself is self-explanatory. I am possible. And you also reiterate, women, it's we men. So we should always support each other and help each other.